Hey everybody, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan, and you're sitting in Kana's Corner. And sitting in Kana's Corner today is, I think, the founder of Team 4 Star, I guess you could say, or the ringleader, KaiserNeko. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you very much. And
And
yeah, I guess ringleader, founder. I mean, there's a couple of founders, but yeah, I'm kind of the one who grabbed everybody and put them all together.
how did that initially start? Did you just like, hey, you're going to be my project, and then you, and then you? Was it like that, or was it different?
Well, really, it started out because I became friends with Takata 101 at first because he was doing this little G Gundam abridged thing. It was really fun, really funny. I was doing my own Lupin thing at the time, and I that was my pet project for the longest time. And finally, we noticed that Lani Bator, Vegeta 3986, and Moscow X were all making a Dragon Ball Z. We're all making Dragon Ball Z Abridged movies, and we thought, why don't we get those guys all together and make a series? The series was out, and what better group of people than all the veterans who'd been doing this for almost, not as long as LK, but we followed in his footsteps, and
De-
so.
Definitely, and you guys are good friends now.
Yes, and I'm very glad to be friends with LK. A lot of people, there have been a few people who thought, oh, he's just getting in good with LK because he wants to be famous. LK is actually one of the sweetest guys I've ever met, and I'm really happy to be friends with him. I mean, yeah, like getting LK on the project, we were afraid to death of asking him. We wanted him to be the narrator, and he openly said, it would be an honor to be in your guys' show. You guys are great, and that was the big nicest thing like we'd ever heard. The best compliment easily.
Oh, well, definitely. I remember when we had him on the show, I was surprised at how humble he was.
Oh, he's very humble and as I said, one of the sweetest guys.
And now, when you guys put everything together, was it sort of like divvying up the chores, or was it everybody's going to work on everything?
Well, it was kind of interesting because when we were going over who was going to do what, we originally wanted to bring a lot of people in on the script writing process. Unfortunately, we realized, well, if we wanted to bring in everyone we really wanted to bring in, we'd have to account for time differences and schedules. When we originally put everything together, it was Taka, Lanny, and I who were coming up with all the scripts and ideas of what to do with the show. So ultimately, we became the script writers about on the first night. We stayed up until 5:30 in the morning. Our first night coming up, we came up with the Ghost Nappa joke the first night.
And I think that's a lot of people's favorite.
Well, some people like the Ghost Nappa joke, some other people don't. But unfortunately, when it came down to scripting and voicing, uh, the main script writers basically cast who's going to be who, and the final decision comes down to me usually, whether or not whether I wanted, say, Taka to play Guru or Vegeta to play Kui. It was up to me. The Taka and Lani had a good amount of say, but and unfortunately, at first we started casting because we wanted to divvy up the roles as much as we could, so everybody got a fair share. Uh, and that ended up in people not being able to do certain voices or play certain roles, and then I kept having to go. I felt bad about this. I had to go over to Vegeta and say, "Sorry, you can't play Gohan. You can't get your voice to sound what we want." And then I took Frieza away from him when he originally wanted to play
Oh.
Frieza, and I felt bad because when we originally started, we wanted everyone to have equal amounts, and then we realized that just won't work out with the way that we script and write the show.
But at the same time, it was definitely for the better.
Yeah, it was for the better that everybody started to get their own. The best person for the job was usually picked. Nowadays.
And now you guys just started off, a little bit slower than a lot of other Bridge series. And how did it launch into this popular cult fan base?
Uh, I'm gonna admit it's a mixture of things. One of them being that we all had our own fan bases. Lanny had one of the biggest with his Yu Yu Hakusho, and then you had the Naruto guys who were also they just had massive amounts of fans, mostly because their show was good. and they followed up LK pretty quickly. And so it was like, hey, Naruto abridged, like that Yu-Gi-Oh abridged thing. So a lot of people, gotten on board with their series. And so when they joined up, we got almost all of their fans. When Lanny joined up, we got all of his fans. And then you have just the fact that Dragon Ball Z is an incredibly popular franchise.
Oh, definitely. And now you guys have actually had a lot of copyright problems with Dragon Ball Z. Am I correct?
More than I care to really go into. I'll go
No,
into
I
them though. I
understand.
will. I will. But yeah. Unfortunately, Toei Animation, God bless their souls, once we're not really sure whether it's them who has really been going after us or their automated bot, because YouTube has a bot that will record certain video algorithms, and basically we believe that YouTube's bot alone has been shutting us down, and not any real action by Toei. And so we keep counterclaiming again and again and again. The videos all go back up. So we have an idea that Toei really doesn't care about us. It's just their bot that keeps shutting down our episodes. We also
We
were shut down by Funimation at one point, but they've stopped thusly. I believe we have an understanding with Funimation, and I think they like us, but I can't go on record to say that.
Well, hopefully they do, and I know exactly how you feel. The 91.8 The Fan YouTube has gone down like 3 times now. I don't
Oh,
even know how many times we've counterclaimed.
oh wow, what for?
We have a new show called iStock, and we report on 3 different things, and we use various footage, and it catches on to, I suppose, the different footage we use, despite the fact we're using, the free, what is it, for Free Use Act? Fair,
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
Use Act, yes.
yeah. You guys should totally be protected by that, considering the business you're in.
Yeah, we try, but at the same time, you keep getting picked up by that, and you're like, no, stop it, YouTube.
Yeah.
I think we're like 60 episodes behind on our YouTube.
I don't even think we're technically I don't think we're safe under any law, considering we're using their footage. We keep saying, hey, it's a parody. We keep using fair use in the counterclaims, and that seems to be working. I'm hoping that's really holding up. I'm not trying to scam anybody. I'm not trying to scam Toei. All I want is to be able to do this show, which has been getting fans back into Dragon Ball.
Oh, definitely, and I'm sure it's helping to boost the popularity for Dragon Ball Kai that's coming out.
Yeah, Kai is gonna. I really want Kai to be big, mostly because I think Kai is a really good version of Dragon Ball Z. It's nice, cutting down all that filler.
It helps me in a way because when Dragon Ball Z was on air and Dragon Ball was on air, for me, I was like 9. I like things like Sailor Moon. Watching 2 burly guys fight each other for 10 episodes was not very fun for me after school.
Wait, a girl who doesn't like Dragon Ball Z?
I didn't as a kid. I had to grow up into it, but I was like, oh, they're fighting again. When's Sailor Moon on? I like the sparkles.
Well, to be fair, so did I when I was 9. Wait, what does that say about me?
Well, let's not debate on that. I think we'll just let your work speak for itself.
But
But no, in terms of the popularity, you guys have been able to go to a bunch of conventions and showcase your work, correct?
well, we haven't gone to a bunch of conventions. Although, well, okay, we have gone to a couple of conventions. We all went to Youmacon, which was absolutely fantastic. Just getting able to meet these terrific people and do some great things, like showing the Bardock special to a rooms full of people, was absolutely thriller. I mean, I've never done something like that before.
I heard that was the first time you guys met. Is that correct?
Yep, Youmacon was the first time we'd all met in person.
That must
And
have been a magical moment.
it really was. And Youmacon didn't know that this was our first time. And when they learned that, they were actually like really thrilled for us. And they were really sweet people. The people at Youmacon will always support them. In fact, we're going back later this year, I believe. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think we might be slated to come back. But when and if we do, we're going to bring so much more than we did last time because we want to make this huge for them.
Oh, that sounds like fun, and hopefully we can, you know, stalk you there.
That hey, stalkers are just more personal fans.
Hey, that's a nice new motto. We're going to use that here on 91.8 The Fan. We're just more personal fans. Just saying.
Also, Lani Pator is going to Anime Milwaukee later this month, I believe, and we are scheduled for Anime Evolution. Yeah, Anime Evolution in August.
Ooh, so we will see if we can catch you up there. We're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, but stay tuned to all the wackiness and Dragon Ball Z-ness only on your
918thefan.com. Have you logged on today?
Who, me? No. No?
iStock's daily news show, video reviews, articles, forums, in an anime directory. Don't get left behind. Log in today. Only on
918thefan.com?
918thefan.com.
All right, 918thefan.com.
Hey everybody, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. We're still sitting in Kana's Corner. We got some chips while you guys were gone. You know, found some hot dogs and some soda, and we're about to play some video games. No, I'm kidding. I wish. That would be very fun. We could have sort of like a sleepover.
I want Mass Effect 2.
That actually sounds like a good game, and I haven't played it yet. I've interviewed everybody from it, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, gee.
Are you playing any interesting games right now?
Well, I'm funny enough. I just went from playing Mass Effect. I'm actually kind of still playing it. I got my guide to level 60. Now I'm just trying to finish that game through so I can get Mass Effect 2 and then get the bonus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now I went from Mass Effect to Final Fantasy 1.
Oh wow, that's an interesting jump. Why would you go to the first one instead of the newest one that came out?
It's gonna sound kind of funny because I've played a lot of the Final Fantasies. I played 7, 8, 10, 12, but I never played 1. And I found out, hey, look, I can actually download this onto my phone. And so I got number 1, and now I'm going to the Air Temple.
See, I'm like 12 games ahead of you on 13, trying to platinum this game.
I unfortunately 13 looks way too linear for me, and that as much as I do love linear, okay, as much as I don't like meandering games, I kind of play Final Fantasy to go do a bunch of things and side quests and be immersed in the world, and 13 kind of doesn't seem to have that.
It's true, it doesn't at first. It took me 33 hours to get to chapter 11, which is where I don't know if you've played maybe 10. Did you play 10?
Oh yeah.
You know, with the Calmlands, it's basically the Calmlands times about 5. It just plops you there with these enemies where you go up to like their ankle and it's like, okay, do side quests, have fun now. Or you can beat the game. And everybody sort of rushes to beat the game and doesn't do any of the side quests. And I'm still, 80 hours later, I'm still trying to finish all the side quests in this stupid thing.
Golly gee.
So I think it's just you need patience to get to it, and a lot of gamers nowadays are like, screw this. And now that we've totally gotten off subject, I did want to ask you about your Lupin the Third project.
Oh well, Lupin the Third was something I started back in the day when I watched so much Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and Naruto Abridged, and I was originally an anime music video maker, so I knew I could edit. And I'd done a couple little fan dub things here and there, nothing good, I'll tell you that.
Aww.
And then I was like, well, I know I can do some kind of voice acting, so why don't I try to just pull something together? I found my Lupin DVD, and I'm like, you know what? This looks like it would be very exploitable. So I like within 2 days of picking up that DVD, I had something out, and that spiraled into 6 more episodes. And I kind of got better as I went on. I really kind of ironed out the voices more. When I started, I was almost I wasn't whispering in the microphone, but I was talking way too low, and I was kind of mumbling. And now I'm much more pronounced with everything that I do.
Do you think that working on 2 abridged series at the same time has definitely helped your voice acting experience?
Oh, and unbelievably so. And having people have me cameo or guest star in their shows, has really forced me to get better because working on your own project, you really want to do your best. But when somebody else you respect asks you to be in their show, you want to do the absolute best you can for them because you don't want to harm their product.
Oh, definitely. And do you find it sort of taxing to do guest appearances and then also do two abridged series?
Well, the thing is, Lupin hasn't been going on for a while. I did get an episode out lately, but that was nearly a year after episode 7. So I've kind of been focusing mainly on DBZ. But in doing voices for other people, oh, that's simple. I mean, it can be hard work at times to get everything right, and sometimes it's a little taxing on the throat. But it's nothing I can't handle, and it's something I love to do.
Send requests his way, just in case anybody's listening and is doing a bridge series.
Oh yeah, yeah, and if you know, I won't, I can't promise that I'll accept all requests, but I do love to do voices for people, and don't be shy. I'm not going to insult you or, uh, I'll be friendly about it. I might say no, I might say yes, but I'm never going to insult you.
Oh, definitely. That's really cool though. It seems like all of you guys actually are really nice to, your fans and the community that follows you.
Well, we absolutely love our fans. We love the community as well. There's been a little bit of drama lately around the community, and it's been a little bit rough lately. But when it comes down to it, all we want to do is make this show and just put our talent out there. This has been something special for us, and it's even more special that there are so many people following it and enjoying it.
Oh, and do you think with this sort of project you can kind of use it to get an actual voice acting job one day?
That's hard to say because the business is so tricky. It would be fantastic to actually get into the business, say with Funimation. I've always wanted to work with Funimation ever since I was a kid. And that originally started off because of the fact that we were doing Dragon Ball. But then as I grew up, I realized that this was becoming not just the Dragon Ball company, but a company that really respects its fans, respects its properties, and is trying to do a good job. And so I would definitely love to work with them. And I really do hope this gets me, at least I don't want to use it as a springboard. I don't want that to be what the series is. But if it does get us exposure, then I'm all for that. I want us to be exposed.
Well, it certainly has helped you grow voice acting wise, and I'm sure you've gotten to meet so many interesting people as well.
Yeah. Oh man. And you know what? Going to Youmacon and meeting all the guys from That Guy with the Glasses and meeting Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey when we were there. It was really cool. They're and oh, by the way, all the That Guy with the Glasses people, they're all totally awesome. Doug, the nostalgia critic, he's just the nicest dude.
Oh no, that's really cool. You guys are actually partnered with them, correct?
Yep, that's actually how we got to Youmacon in the first place, kind of, because Mike from that site totally got us an in, and that was just this man. That was one of the nicest things anyone could have ever done for us.
And hopefully we'll be able to see you at future conventions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now you guys get to host panels and all that fun stuff. Is that sort of entertaining to see fan reaction firsthand?
Oh yeah, definitely. And when we showed the Bardock special, it was so cool to watch everybody laugh at certain parts and watch the reactions of people admire and enjoy our work. Because for me, I want to be an entertainer, so reaction is huge for me, and it is for Lanny too. Lanny is incredibly charismatic. He loves to get up there. He loves to talk and really interact with people. That's one of the reasons we really put him at the top or he's kind of the front man of the entire group at the conventions because he's a great entertainer. He's charismatic. He has great voice control. He knows how to sing, so he can project. So.
Oh, that's nice. It seems like you guys all sort of have your place in the team, and it's not just a one-man effort.
I'm kind of usually a more behind the scenes sort of guy. I do like the idea of getting out and talking to everybody and having fun. But for the most part, he's a really good face of the group, while Taka's the crazy one. He'll do the craziest stuff, and he's a total voice. I was going to say a word I probably shouldn't say, but he's how do I say? He is promiscuous in terms of his voice.
That's true. When I talked to him, he was up and down and everywhere.
Oh yeah, he tries to get into everything. And that's because he loves doing it. He loves doing what he does. He wants to be a part of Ocean Studios up in Canada, and I wish him so much luck with that.
Ooh, that would be pretty amazing. And it's you guys seem to support each other, and so hopefully that'll definitely take you guys places.
All we want is for all of us to do well and for the show to do well, and this project means an incredible amount to us.
Well, now a question for the bad listeners out there who might not be watching your series. Where can they find it?
You can find it at Team 4-Star on YouTube and at our new site, www.team4star.com.
And can they follow maybe a Twitter or Facebook? You guys have any of that?
Yep, we have an official fan page on Facebook. It's just Team 4-Star official fan page, I believe. I can get you a link for that, and the Twitter is also Team 4-Star.
Is there anything else our listeners should know to be able to stalk you more hardcore?
I think that's about it. Yeah, for the most part, just look for us at Anime Evolution coming in August. And we may have a couple more conventions lined up, but I can't say yes or no on any of those.
Understandable. We'll make sure to keep our listeners updated on that. And now, before one of my fans out there gets upset, how are you guys clearance on glomps? You have any problems with those?
Oh, dude, glomp the hell out of us. We're totally up for that. I mean, Moscow's a little bit more self-conscious about that sort of thing, but get to know him. He's get to know him before you glomp him. But the rest of us, go ahead.
Well, good to know that the listeners out there have had clearance. So don't attack, but glomping is okay. But before I let you go, I was wondering if you'd like to participate in a 91.8 The Fan tradition.
Oh, and what is this tradition?
We ask everybody who comes on, whether they be a voice actor or not, if they'd be interested in doing a bump for us.
Oh, sure.
We were wondering if, and we do this live on air just in case there's any mess-ups, if you'd be willing to say, my name is, I do this, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
So right now?
Whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is KaiserNeko. I do this. And I'm from Team 4-Star. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. What was it?
You're tuned into 91.8 The Fan, but we can put the Team 4-Star in it too.
And you're listening to 91.8 The Fan.
Perfect, thank you. And that means we can splice that all up. And for anybody out there who missed this interview, shame on you. It'll be up on the website later today or tomorrow. Is there anything out there you'd want to say to the lovely listeners?
Enjoy the show. And if you're not a watcher, please do try. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. But we just want to share all of this with everyone else.
Well, I say to watch because it's very funny. And this is coming from someone who didn't watch Dragon Ball as a kid. Anyway, keep it tuned to your favorite station, 91.8 Fan, everything you want, nothing you don't. Here's Romantic Mode and their song Dreams.